Tea time with Trav. Do y'all know who the real Candyman is? The real Candyman was a child serial killer. He raped little boys. And he was a part of a homosexual sex trafficking ring for children. What's going on, y'all? It's AyooTravv and I'm back, biggity back. I'm back again today. We are on day 4 of Seafood Week. Today I have blue crab, eggs, sausages, and corn. That's it. That's all. I have a funny story about this blue crab. I'm going to tell you in a second. Let me get some of that fat off of there. I thought I wiped it all off. Anyway, let me go ahead and say grace. And then I'm going to start eating. Father God, I come today to ask you watch over this food. Please, there be nourishment to my body. Please, I'm not just this food. Pop in your name, I pray. Amen. Amen. One more time. Amen. How was y'all day going today? Y'all. Why would that leg fall off like that? Okay. Y'all, so let me tell you about these blue crab, because it was real feisty. They didn't want to get cooked. And now I know y'all be seeing the videos where people blue crab be jumping around the pot and stuff like that. Y'all, one of these suckers fell out the bag and was running across my house. I had to chase this blue crab around my kitchen. And at one point it just stopped and it stood there like going to me like this. Like it wasn't to fight. Yeah, I wasn't about to get beat up by no crabs. Let me tell you. I was like, okay, I'm going to try this one more time. If not, I was going to put on my Uggs. And I was going to stump the bastard. And it was just going to have to die like that and go in the trash. Because, you're not going to stop me from eating my food. But other than that, what y'all up to? Y'all already know. Chrissy P and Miss Diversity 3. The way they eat the blue crab, y'all, it be making me so hungry. Like, every time I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna eat no blue crab because it's so small. And then I'll go back and look at one of their videos and I'll be like, I want blue crab. Ooh, it's juicy too. Y'all, this is my first time actually making them with beer. I put the beer at the bottom of the pot, put the steaming rack on there. Fought the king crab. Fought the blue crab. And then I seasoned them. Y'all see that? Then I seasoned them and steamed them for 25 minutes. We're gonna do our convo a little early today, y'all, because y'all know our blue fry video can't get boring if you're not talking. I gotta get my phone because I have to take notes of what I'm about to talk about. Because this was some crazy stuff. Okay. Let me drink water first. Tea time with Trav. Oh. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I know y'all have seen the movie Candyman, but do y'all know who the real Candyman is? If you don't, baby, you are in for a rude awakening because we about to talk. Oh, we about to talk. All right. Had to tear it up, y'all. The real Candyman was a child serial killer. He raped little boys. And he was a part of a homosexual sex trafficking ring for children. Y'all. If y'all knew this already, sorry for, reiterating information that you had already. But I didn't know that. I had no idea. There was actually three guys that was notorious for this. But we're going to start with the Candyman first. He got the name Candyman because his mom owned a local candy shop. And he started to work there. And he would get cool with the kids by offering them free candy. So they knew him as Candyman. The abductions and molestation have been going on for years. It came to light when police had saw 3 kids outside and they just looked scared and one of them was holding a gun. And they asked what happened. And the boy told him that he killed somebody. And then he just started spilling all the beans. All the beans, y'all. The man, I think he had killed 27 boys. I could be off by some numbers, but whatever. But he would bury their bodies, y'all. Some of them were buried in his backyard. That hurt my cheek. Like they found one body buried under his barbecue pit. I was like, what the heck? And when they raided his house, they found pictures of little boys in compromising positions. Video footage of them engaging in different sexual acts. And I believe they said the boys ranged from age 5 to 20. I believe. And they later found out that this was a bigger thing than they could even imagine. There were also 2 other guys. Y'all don't remember their names. I'm sorry. Y'all would just look up the show that I watched. It was a documentary on investigation discovery. Y'all know I love that. It was called the Candyman and the Killer Clown. Watch that, and you'll get all these details. But there were 2 other. One was this one was the Killer Clown. What was his name? Something Canny, something. I don't know. And then the other one was John Norman. But anyway, they all were a part of a sex trafficking ring for little boys. They would target boys that came from a broken home. So it was like they figured they wouldn't be missed. Which I think is absolutely positively crazy. But this was back in the 70s and the 80s. So I know social media didn't exist. So they made a print ad, excuse me, and they labeled it the Delta Project. In those ads, it had these pictures of these little boys as if they were modeling, but in reality, they were being auctioned off. Like y'all, these boys were being rented for $200. Some of them were sold for much more. They were sold and shipped across the world. Like they found note cards. At one point they found note cards in one of their houses. I can't remember which one it was. They're all a bunch of sickos, weirdos, nasty animals. Everything you could think of. I want to say much more, but this is the family channel, so I can't. But they found note cards with people's names on them, and it'll have their contact information, and ultimately it'll say what type of little boy they're looking for. For instance, one of them would say that they like blonde hair, blue eyes. And now the local police that found these note cards, of course, they informed the FBI because this is, this is now a nationwide ordeal. It's not just happening in one place. I believe the Candyman was in Houston. But yeah, it was worldwide. So they said after they turned it over to the FBI, they had never seen or heard about those note cards again, y'all. They said they have no idea what the note cards are. And they believe that's because they said on some of the note cards, it was some very prominent people on there. They said it was government officials, it was music artists, things like that. So they believe those people in power, because they were a part of the ones doing it, may disappear. And that made me wonder if Jeffrey Epstein's name was on there with his, just nasty. They say he liked little girls, but you never know. And then all the people that they told stories about were dead, except for one. And he was on there to tell his story. His story was he was being sex trafficked from the age of 5 to 12 by his mother. His mother got a new boyfriend, and he said shortly after the boyfriend moved in, he started to molest him. And it went from just him doing it to then the mother's boyfriend filming the little boy doing other sexual acts with other people. And the way that he got out of it, like, y'all, they would take him to truck stops. And in the bathroom, they would do this stuff. And he was saying, sometimes it would be multiple buyers in one night. So it's like, and they do. They would do whatever to him because they pay for their right. When they pay for him, they pay for him to do whatever they want. And he was saying that they would give the kids drugs or alcohol to kind of, I guess, take their mind off of what's going on. But how can you take somebody's mind off that? That is so disgusting. And then there's a child, you nasty animals. And I want y'all to know this is a sensitive / controversial topic, so I may not even get paid off this video, but I don't care. This needs to be talked about. Money come and go, but your integrity should not. A lot of people get money and forget their morals. I always tell y'all I will use my platform to speak for people who don't have a voice if they're afraid to do so. So whatever happens, happens. Anyway, back to the story. One of the guys, he had got approached by the Candyman. He was saying he was walking. Oh, I'm getting chills on my spine. Oh my God. He said he was walking home from the store or something, and he was approached by this guy. The guy asked him, did he want to ride? Ooh. Yo, I'm sorry. The guy asked him if he wanted to ride. He would take him home. Y'all, I'm sorry, this is really messing me up. And he said no. And the guy in the car, Candyman, just kept trying to force him, like, come in the car, come in the car, da, da. And he said he just felt like something was wrong, so he ran. Oh, y'all was crying watching this. I'm sorry. And he just ran. And he was able to avoid him. Now, at the time, he didn't know that this person was a rapist, a killer, a nasty animal. He just knew he wasn't going to get in the car with some strange man. So a couple of days later, he was walking and the same car pulls up. But it pulls up on him from the passenger side. And there was like a teenager in there because the Candyman had a teenage accomplice, which is ultimately the one who killed him. And he was like, hey, we're going fishing. Would you like to come? Mind you, he doesn't know these people. So he says no, he doesn't want to go, etc. And he said he couldn't see who the driver was because it was from the passenger side. But eventually the driver looked over and it was Candyman. And I guess Candyman recognized him and said, hey, we got to get out of here right now. And drove off. But there was 2 times where his life was in danger. Y'all see, this is what they call the lollipop. But there was 2 times his life was in danger. And he was able to avoid it. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I can only imagine, one, how it felt during the incident. But 2, y'all see how seasoned that is? But 2, how he felt after the fact, when all of this did come out about who this person really was and what he was doing. Like, I would probably, if that was me, I would literally just, I would have broken down and just cried. Thank God. Thanking my mother for teaching me to have more smarts, like have more street smarts than the average. Because a lot of those kids didn't know him from a can of paint, but they were still willing to be bribed into getting into his car. And once they got into his car, it was a wrap. They didn't know what he was up to, but he knew what he was up to, and he was going to get the job done. Which he did for all 28 of those bodies that they found. Oh. And now the other guy, the killer clown person, he had got sentenced to death. He got the death penalty. It was death by lethal injection. And then the ringleader of the sex trafficking ring, Norman, I forgot how he died. But he died. So, I don't remember how. What time it is? Ooh. Yeah, he died. That's it, that's all. He died, which is the most important part. I don't wish death on people, but Jesus Christ. Sometimes you gotta talk to God and say, God, you know what to do. That's it. But y'all, some of them boys, they were told that they were being scouted for features in Hollywood. Here go my neighbors want to piss me off. They were being scouted for modeling, for acting, etc. So when they were sent off places, they're thinking they're on their way to see talent scouts, talent agents. Lo and behold, they're on their way to meet the nastiest, disgusting pig that they will. And it's probably the last person that they saw, actually. And I was just like, oh my God. I'm about to end this shortly. Yeah. I need it right now, actually. So, y'all already know what to do. If you haven't checked out the website in the description box below, www.AyooTravv.com. Then get the AO sauce A much you already know. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go right there, boom, hit the bell right there, boom. So you can be notified each every time I drop a video. But if you want to stay connected with AyooTravv, jump back to the description box, go down to the bottom, brr, boom. Right there on the 18 social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You already know. Add me, follow me, leave me a comment on Instagram, leave me a comment, leave me a comment here, do whatever. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, what you want me to see, what you don't want to see, what you want me to see, what you don't want to see. Other than that, it's been real. AyooTravv is out. Peace.